GOP official argues in favor of child marriage. Girls are ripe and fertile. The New Hampshire House passed a bill to ban child marriage in the state and raise the minimum age of marriage to 18. The measure passed unanimously in March. On Thursday, it passed the House, 192 to 174. The bill now goes to Governor Chris Sununu for signing into law. One of those voting against it, Representative Jess Edwards. He said this: "If we continually restrict the freedom of marriage as a legitimate social option, when we do this to people who are a ripe, fertile age and may have a pregnancy and a baby involved, are we not, in fact, making abortion a much more desirable alternative when marriage might be the right solution for some freedom-loving couples?" In a state where 18 is not old enough to drink, Edwards believes girls at 16 are old enough to get married. So Governor Sununu already did this once. Back in 2018, he did sign a bill. He did, in fact, sign a bill, to make the minimum age for marriage 16. I guess it already failed one time in 2018. I don't want to say failed, I guess it was overturned. Okay, so let me say this. What's the problem with a 16-year-old getting married? What's the problem with a 16-year-old getting pregnant? A girl's peak fertility age, somewhere in the late teens, late 20s. And guess what? 16 is considered late teen because in 4 years you're no longer a teenager anymore. You're an adult. Getting married is for a purpose. Getting pregnant is for a purpose. Abortion is more commonplace because women are getting pregnant later and later and their babies are having all these complications. And then they think, oh, if I don't get this abortion, I'm going to die. My health is going to be at risk. Again, we are not having enough babies. We're importing all these migrants who don't belong here in the first place. You have to understand, there's nothing perverse about wanting to impregnate a young woman and marry said young woman. The purpose of that is to have a healthy family, a healthy baby. You know what is perverse though? Having a preteen boy dance at a gay bar. Now what purpose does that serve? Yeah, you all know who I'm talking about too. Desmond is amazing. That's the thing I don't understand. Why is an underage child who's not even trans, why is that child allowed to dance at a gay bar for 21 plus? Why are underage trans girls, I'm sorry, that would be a trans boy. Why are underage trans boys allowed to get double mastectomies at age 15? Why are those things okay? But when it comes to marriage and the prospect of producing a healthy baby and having a healthy marriage/relationship, why is that bad? So let me just say this again. Underage child dancing at a gay bar for 21 plus, that's okay apparently. 15-year-old supposed transgender boy gets a double mastectomy, and that's okay. But a 16-year-old girl who gets pregnant and wants to get married, that's not okay because 16 is too young. The main difference between a 16-year-old getting pregnant and a 15-year-old transgender boy getting a double mastectomy, one would be starting a life and the other would be ending a life. Considering the suicide rate among so-called transgender people, if they don't sit down and talk with someone about could this possibly not be the correct decision to go with, if they don't have that conversation, then they just get thrown into a doctor's office and that doctor prescribes the medicine or the surgery and then it's too late and then they regret it. And most so-called trans kids, it's just a phase. They grow out of it very quickly. So again, one serves an actual purpose, and one is just to please woke perverts who want to see gender bending. Okay, fine, I'll say it directly. I am in favor of marriage being at the age of 16.